One of the things that people assume a lot is that studying abroad is very expensive, or you need to come from a very rich background, or you must have scholarship for you to go abroad and study. But those are myths. Hey guys, it's me again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are. My name is Eunice. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. So today I'm going to talk about 5 countries that you can study for free. What do I mean by that? I mean that these countries in public universities, you can do your undergraduate, your master's, or some you can do the PhD for free. Yes, they are free of tuition fee, but maybe you need to pay few coins for admission fee, or you need to provide proof of funds for sustaining yourself while you're studying there. So yes, that's the first thing you need to understand. In these countries, you can study for free, but you need to sustain yourself. So you need money that can keep you. And in some, you need blocked account. In some, you don't need any proof of funds. And in some, you can work as you study. So I'm going to explain one by one what you need in those 5 countries. Okay, let's get into it. So one of the things that people assume a lot is that studying abroad is very expensive, or you need to come from a very rich background, or you must have scholarship for you to go abroad and study. But those are myths. With good research, with the right information, you can still study abroad, and with minimal amount that you spend, or you can invest yourself. Let's say you've put let's say you've put aside around 10,000 euro or 1.5 million that you want to go and study abroad, but you feel that's not enough. That can be enough proof of fund for you to sustain yourself while you're studying abroad in these countries that have no tuition money. Okay. And another thing that I need to say is that in these countries, some of them, you might need to learn the language in order to do the classes in the language. Okay, so there's some issue, like there are few caveat, I can say caveat. Do you call it caveat or caveat? Caveat? So yeah, in these countries, it can be free to study, but maybe you need to learn the language, or you need to do the English test, or you need to provide proof of funds for sustaining yourself while you're staying there. So those are the 3 things that you need. All the information that I'm going to talk about, I'm going to provide links, resourceful links on the description box. So everything I'm going to talk about, I will provide link below or the description box. And another thing, I am a Kenyan. I'm currently doing my PhD in Italy, which is fully sponsored, is under scholarship. And I've also done a study visit in UK at the beginning of this year for around 4 months. And I did my master's in Netherlands. So that's why I like sharing information about studying abroad, about my experiences as a migrant, and any information that I feel is useful for someone who is somewhere and they don't know where to start. They don't know what kind of information is out there, and this is the right video for you. This is the right place, and this is where you can start in your application and in your process of moving abroad, either to study or to work. So the first country you can study for free is Germany. Since 2014, all German states, because it has different states, abolished tuition fee for all public schools for undergraduate and for graduate education. When we talk about undergraduate, it's bachelor's degree and also for master's degree. But for international student, because once you've offered admission letter, you need to provide a proof of funds. And this is where the trick comes in German. You need to have a blocked account. And you know, because I come from Kenya, I know Kenyans, we have sometimes trust issues whereby when it comes to money, you cannot just give your money. But in Germany, you need to provide a blocked account whereby you open an account with a German bank. You put the money that is enough to sustain you for the period of the time you're doing the degree. And the last updated amount of money you need to provide in German currently, since 2022, I think. Yeah, since 2022, you need to provide 10,332 euro is in that blocked account as your proof of funds. And this totals around 1.3 million. Let's say 1.5, because sometimes they have, like, you can increase the transaction fee and all that. So you need 1.5 million that can sustain you for academic, or for, let's say, for master's degree. And in this blocked account, once you get it and once you get your admission, they will be allowing you to only withdraw minimum. They'll give you a maximum you can withdraw per month. So once you come to Germany, they are going to open that blocked account, but you can only withdraw a certain amount, around 860 something euro per month, until you finish your degree. That's what happens in Germany. And then what do you need to do to apply for Germany education? You need to select the university or the course that you want to do, and then you need to open that blocked account and send that money to that account, which I said is 10,332 euro, around 1.5 million Kenyan shillings. And then after that, you will get the admission letter, because you have selected the university, you know the city that you want to go and live it and all that, but you have to first provide proof of funds for you to get now the unconditional admission letter. And then after that, once you get the admission letter, you move to Germany, and then you start studying, and you have no issue because you have money already that is in the bank, is yours, you'll be given every month, and you do your study. Advantages of applying and using that blocked account to come and study in Germany is that you don't need any English test. That's the first thing. You can still work part-time while you still study. And once you finish studying, you can apply for 1 year. They can give you 1 to 2 years of you to look for a job within Germany or within Europe. And another thing is that money is enough to sustain you. That money that you provide in that blocked account is enough to sustain you. They have already calculated, and they know it's enough to sustain you for the period that you are in Germany. So you don't need even to do the part-time job. The part-time job you can do if you want extra cash for yourself. If you want to apply for Germany way to come and study, you need to start this very early in advance, so that you get your visa appointment, and so that you can travel in time, and you start your study in time. If you have any question about this, and if you are studying in Germany and you have any experience about this, please comment below and add to this information. So the second country that you can study abroad for free is Norway. Just like Germany, Norway, you have also to provide a blocked account or proof of funds. But for Norway, one of the advantages is that you can provide that money in the account. You open the Norwegian account, you post the money there. But once you come and you arrive to Norway, they are going to open the bank account, and you can withdraw all the money. They'll give you all the money back to you, and you use it the way you want. That's the advantage about it. So in this way, I'm going to give you some secret. This is a secret. In this way, you can get some of your relatives or your boss or your family member to send you money to your account or you have to send you money in order to send that money to Norwegian account to provide it as a proof of funds. And once you get into Norway, you refund the money back. Yes. And you can still work. The best thing about also in Norway, you can still work part-time as you study. Okay? And the total amount that you need to provide as proof of funds in Norway is, let's say, 127,000 Norwegian. You need to provide around 127 Norwegian crowns, I think that's how they call it, or is almost around 12 to 13,000 euros, and around 1.6 million Kenyan shillings. And this amount is able to sustain you as well as you study in those Norwegian public universities for free. And one of the things, Norway is known as one of the countries where the people are the most happy in the world. The living standard, their quality of living is very good, and is a happy country actually. Let's say is a happy country to live in and to work. So if you want to live in one of the happiest country, Norway is a place to go. Norway is a place to apply for education, right? So how do you do it? Application usually happens between February, so this is the right time that you can start applying. You can start preparing, so that by the time February gets in next year, let's say 2023, you have the amount in account, you have all your documents, you just need to attach and submit and wait to go. So what's the process of application? The process of application, as I said, first thing first is get to know the Norwegian public universities. I will attach some of the best, maybe 10 best Norwegian universities on the description box below. Can you imagine? I'm providing all information, so you need to do the work. I'm making everything easy for you. You get the university, you check the course that they offer, then you need to pay application fee. The application fee is around 500 Norwegian crowns, which is around, let's say, 6,000 Kenyan shillings, or 50 euro, $50, I would say. And then once you apply, you need to provide the proof of funds. You open the Norwegian account, you put that money. If you don't get any admission, by the way, they can always refund your money back. So you should not have any trust issues with this system. And then once you do that, you can pay. Okay. Some of the universities are free, but others you pay like around 30 to 60 euros per semester. 30 euro is 3,000 Kenyan shillings. 3,000 Kenyan shillings is what you pay in a public university to do either a master, to do a bachelor's. I think anyone can afford. In secondary education, I know we pay per semester, not even semester, per term we pay around 40,000 Kenyan shillings, and you're able to pay. But this one, you only pay 3,000 Kenyan shillings per semester. And then you need to apply for the visa. The visa application for Norway is around 5,300 Norwegian crowns, which is around 530 euro, and I would say around 61,000 Kenyan shillings. I think here the visa is a little bit expensive than others. Another, maybe I would say, a disadvantage of going to Norway is that the living cost is high, and for international students you need around 1,200 euro, which is maybe translates to 160 Kenyan shillings, 160,000 Kenyan shillings, to around 180,000 Kenyan shillings. But the best thing is that once you provide that amount that I say, there's a blocked account, that's your money, and that money is able to sustain you unless you are spendthrift, unless you don't know how to budget your money, And if you don't know how to budget yourself, you can still take a part-time job and still, earn extra coins for your, for your comfortability. All these countries in Europe, once you finish the degree that you went to do, you can always apply for 1 to 2 years of, they call them orientation here, or work search here. And this work search here is all about searching for working, and they give you the visa, and then you stay here and you look for a job. And once you get a job, you can get a permanent job. You want to stay here, you can stay here. If you want to go back to your country, you can go back to your country. Is that easy? So that country that you can study for free, and education in all public universities is free, whether you are citizen or international student, is Czech Republic. Yes, in Czech Republic you can study for free, and then you also don't need proof of funds in Czech Republic. But there might be language barrier in some of the universities, so you might be required to learn the language, and in others they provide international courses in English. That's one of the things. In Czech Republic, the cost of living is very affordable. So now that you don't need, you may not need to open a, sorry for the previous statement, you may not need to have a proof of funds or open a blocked account, but you need to provide a proof of funds once you're applying for visa. You understand what I mean? You need to show in your account that you have money that can sustain you, but you don't have to open a Czech Republic bank account, transfer the money there. No, you just need to have amount. And this is where I told you the trick. You can always have someone in your family, you can have your boss, you can have someone who can send you the money, but make sure if anyone is sending money to your account, they have to indicate the purpose of this money is to you remember when you're depositing money to someone's account, you indicate the purpose of the money. So for this specific purpose, if someone is sending you money within the time that you need to apply for visa, maybe you didn't have enough money in your account, they need to indicate this money is to help or to aid for education, for the further education of this particular person, for you anyway, for you that is applying. You say this person, this money is to help so and so to go abroad and do his or her studies, so that they don't feel or they don't so that when someone in the in the embassy or in the consulate, when they are checking your visa application, they won't see this as a fishy thing. They'll see money was transferred recently, but this was to sponsor your education. Okay, that's a trick that I've told you today. And the average living cost can be between 400 euro to around 900 euro, which is around let's say 70,000 Kenyan shillings. And I think this is just the same amount of money that if you're living in the middle class neighborhoods in Nairobi, you pay the money that you can spend in Nairobi for the same. So if your course is 2 years, and they have indicated, because you can just need to Google Czech Republic, what's the minimum living cost for international student, and you realize it's 2,500. You just take 2,500 euro multiplied by 2 years, which is around 24 months, and then you put that amount in account and attach that as your proof of funds, or you attach that as the bank statement when you're applying for the visa. You can work 20 hours as you study per week, 20 hours per week as you study. That's an advantage. Once you finish the studies, as I said before, you can apply for work permit, look for a job and start working. And another advantage, you can use guardian or parents' bank statement. You don't need to use your own. If you have a guardian, if you have a sponsor, or if you have family member, you can use their bank statement for your visa application. And the application fee for visa is around 20 euro. That's it. That's it. And schools start in September in each year. So you can start as early as today, preparing for your next year's admission. And then you go and study in Czech Republic. That's it for number 3. Number 4, Iceland. Iceland has 7 public universities, and all these public universities you can study for free, or you can pay very minimal administration fee and then study there for free. You can work there part-time as a student, as international student, and then you don't need proof of funds you don't need to provide a blocked account. You only need proof of funds when you are applying for the visa, and you need to provide the letter of enrollment, and then you move to Iceland and study as you work. And then proof of funds in Iceland, you need like around 1,200 euros per month. Multiply that by the number of months of the course that you're going to do, and that you need to put in your account or use your guardian's bank statement. And living cost in Iceland is not that high, so you can still survive in that country. And let's say you need, at least 1 million to have in your account for proof of funds. Yeah, for Iceland, you need also to provide criminal report or police report. And in Kenya, I think most of time, if you've ever applied for any public work, you provide police report. What is it called in Kenya? I've forgotten. Yeah, you provide from the police. You go to the Thika superhighway, you apply for that police report to indicate that you have no criminal case, or you've never taken part in any criminal activity, and that's it. And then you can work 15 hours per week in Iceland. Yeah, it's very affordable. Like, you need around 750 euro per month to survive in Iceland. So it's doable. You can do part-time job as you study, and you can sustain yourself. The last country you can study, not for so much free, but for very minimal cost, is Italy. Yes. I'm biased, I have to talk about Italy. In Italy, you pay very minimal fees per semester. You pay around 350 to around 500, depending on the university that you are in. And each region usually have like scholarships. So once you get in here, you can apply for regional scholarship in the university. And if they give you scholarship, they are gonna provide with you also a meal per day, 1 meal per day for the rest of your studies, that for the rest of the time that you'll be doing your studies. And another thing in Italy, you can provide a proof of coming from a needy family. If you give an affidavit that states that in your family there's no one that earns more than 500 euro, which is around like 50,000 Kenyan shillings, they are gonna use that. You just provide that, you attach that document, and they're gonna use that to waiver all the tuition money for free. They're gonna waiver that, and they're gonna give you scholarship within the region. In Italy, you need for application or to get your visa, you need proof of funds for at least 6 months. And this is, let's say in Italy, for international student, depending on the city, is around 900 euros per month for international students. So you take 900 times 6 months or more, depending on, but the minimum you can provide for the proof of funds is 6 months. So you need to provide that. you need to provide letter from your employer, you need to provide letter of enrollment in the university that you are going, and that's it. Using the declaration, if you come from a family that does not earn a lot and you use the declaration of value, they are going to waive all the tuition for you. So you can use that avenue if you're coming from a family, but you have to provide proof of sustenance in the time that you'll be living in Italy. Okay? Yeah, so those are the 5 countries. Actually, for bonus, I'm going to talk about Austria. Yeah, in Austria is not free. Education there is not free. You pay around 350 euro per month, which is not very expensive. It's just the same the way we pay high school fees in Kenya, which is around, like, let's say 40,000 Kenyan shillings per semester, and every year has 2 semesters. And then you can work as you study in Austria. There are a lot of companies that offer part-time jobs for students, and I will attach all information that I feel is important and universities that I feel you can look for courses within these countries, country by country. So that's it for this video. Feel free to ask any question, any clarification that you want. Thank you for the support. Please subscribe, please share, please like this video and comment. Bye bye. See you in the next one.